Hey guys, sorry for the weird cut. It was quite windy outside, so the noise was pretty bad. So we're back again with another one. We are located out here in Conyers, Georgia today. And I want you to take a look at this here particular property. Now, this video is gonna feature two homes. So we just came into this first house. And we got a door to the left. And this is the single car garage. Got your water heater out here. Okay. And I'll drop the stats to the property down here at the bottom of the screen so you guys can kind of know what's going on. The purpose of this video, I'm gonna do things a little different, like I said, this time. So a closet for our coats. So the construction of this home is a little more narrow and kind of up. As you can see, you come in and this is your main entertainment room, your family room, or your den area. And here you got another closet, or you could probably use this almost like a pantry, because right over here to your left is the kitchen. There's your island, stove, cabinets. So you come around, this is your backyard. Oh, wait, you got a bathroom right here. Some light. Where is it? That's over here. There you go. Okay. So simple layout. Not mistaken, I think we're three bedroom, 2 bath. This is the backyard. You got a carrier unit right here. This is the back of the property. Okay. Step back inside. It's nice and open. Okay. All right, and then immediately go upstairs. It's carpeted upstairs, a darker color. And like I said, this is just the first home. And what I want you guys to do is guess what you think the price is of this home, okay? I will get to that at the conclusion of the videos, but of the walkthroughs. So over to the right is our first bedroom. Upstairs, window. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, missed opportunity there. And your bath. Maybe this is the primary. Not really sure. Shower tub. Toilet. And there's a closet. Okay. And this is a corner view of this bedroom. Now these two homes are in the same subdivision as well. But just take a look at this layout, this floor plan. This is like a loft area right here. This is gonna be your laundry room. So wash and dry your connections right here. So what do you guys think that they're asking for this home? And we're gonna go take a look at the other one once we finish here. So this is the guest bathroom upstairs. It's shared between the 2 bedrooms. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too crazy. And these are the 2 bedrooms. So we'll start over here on the left. So all 3 of your bedrooms are upstairs. Okay. That's the closet for this room. I think they're pretty close in size. Like I said, I think the other rooms are primary. So we come around here. Yep. And then this is the closet for the other bedroom. So all bedrooms upstairs, the floors are carpeted in this dark color. Kind of like a long fiber carpet, if I would say. There's your access to the attic space. And that pretty much does it for this floor plan. So you've seen this floor plan as we descend here. And we're gonna go take a look at the other house, same neighborhood. And I'll put those stats at the bottom of the screen. And I want you guys to tell me which one you think costs more. More importantly, why and the difference. So I'll reiterate that in a minute. I'll see you guys at the next location. All right, guys, as promised, this is house number 2. Same subdivision. That's what you guys just saw. Okay. All right, let's take a look inside. Walking in the front door. All right, so now we're inside house number 2. Boy, didn't want to shut up for a minute. All right, so this would be our entryway. So you got your stairs immediately to the left, and over to the right leads you straight into the kitchen. And over to the left, over to the right here we have our garage, single car garage. There's no water heater in this one. I think the other house had a water heater in the garage. I want to say. I could be wrong, I have to double check. Okay, so that's that. And you come out immediately into your family room area. Okay, you guys can see that. Right to the left, we have, looks to be a closet. Okay, with the outlet, interesting. Here's access to your plumbing. Some of your plumbing. Okay. So this would be the family room area, also maybe like your dining room area right here. Like I said, I'll put everything at the bottom of the screen for this here particular property. Our lot size, square footage, things of that nature. So that door goes straight out into the back of the property. Or it's better when you unlock the door. All right, you come out onto your slab. Okay. It's the backyard. Here's your AC unit. It's the back of the property. It's a little more space in the back of this one. Work our way back inside. So let me know, house number 1 or house number 2, which one so far you think costs more? What you guys think? You seem to have wood flooring in here so far. This is the kitchen. My cabinets. Nice deep sink. Nice and simple layout. It's your fridge. Samsung. And then this goes back out to the front door. This is your, I believe, pantry, maybe? Yep. Okay. Then this is probably that bathroom. Yeah, this is your guest bathroom. Or your half bath. Whatever you like to call it. Same type of mirror setup, mirror vanity setup. Okay. Nothing crazy there. So we'll come down the hallway now. We're gonna go ahead and take a look upstairs. See what that looks like. Steps. We do not have carpet in this house. Okay. So there's another step up. There's a door right here to the left. This is your closet. And then over to the right, you have, this would be your guest bathroom for upstairs. Okay. Then immediately to the left, we have other 2 bedrooms, similar to the first house we looked at. In the closet. Okay. What do you guys think? You got the other house on your mind while we walking through this one? Or have you already forgot about it? Or do you have your answer already? Which one you think costs the most? More importantly, what's that difference? So this door here is actually going to be your laundry room. Okay. And there's like a smaller door right here, which is the water heater. It's a drip pan. Okay. All right. Then to the left, we have bedroom number 2, similar to the one next door, of course. And then we have its closet. Okay. Then last but not least, for this particular house, we have the primary suite, or master, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the master primary closet. Okay. And this is primary bathroom. I'm assuming this is probably just like a linen closet. Then you have your toilet here. Okay? Which one? House 1 or house 2? Hedge your bets. Which one is more and by how much? Okay? Can you go 2 for 2? Or you only 1 for 2? All right, I'll see you guys downstairs. We'll start talking numbers. So, what did you guys think? So, we looked at house number 1, currently standing in house number 2, and my question to you guys was, which house do you think costs more? Now, I'm not gonna say minor differences. Of course, there's differences, right? And I'm thinking that you probably guessed right. So I'm thinking you at least got the 1 out of the 2 correct, okay? But the second one, I don't know. We'll see how sharp you guys are. When you guys are looking for your home, your next home purchase, or if you're just looking at houses, just because you like looking at houses or real estate, you kind of get in the know of what a difference is, or what's more expensive and what's least expensive. And we do that in our everyday shopping or everyday lives. But anyway, let's get down to it. So house number 1 and house number 2, which one did you pick? Comment down below. Comment down below. So, like I said, we're in the same neighborhood. We're located in Conyers, Georgia right now. And I wanted to highlight these 2 properties because they had a very similar layout. They're both 3-2s. This particular property has the half bath, the second house downstairs, right past this kitchen that we took a look at. And they are also less than, 0.1 miles from each other, probably a 10-minute walk within each other as well. So we walked through. House number 1 was built in 2018, and House number 2, which is where we are right now, was built in 2006, okay? They are both 2-story homes, and they both sit on 0.0250 acres. No, I'm sorry, the number 1 sits on 0.0250 acres. This house sits on 0.0211 acres. You'd be hard pressed to find a difference in there, but those are the numbers. Now, with that being said, did you notice that house number 1 seemed to have a little less space outside than house number 2? So house number 2, where we are right now, seems to have a little bit more space in the backyard and on the sides a little bit. Front was pretty much the same between the two. So I won't keep y'all long. I know y'all really want to know, okay? So the least expensive house was house 1, okay? House 1 was the least expensive. I'm not gonna tell you the price yet, because then you'll be able to know the difference. So if you chose house number 2 being the most expensive, then you would be correct. Yes, the house I'm standing in currently is the most expensive home. Comment below why you think that is such, okay? Let me know why you think that would be the case. Do you think it's the flooring in the home? Do you think it's the kitchen we're standing in now? Or do you think it's just the upgrades in this house seem to be more than the previous house? Okay? Now I will say this. House number 1 has a larger square footage than house number 2, being where we are right now. House number 2 has 1,784 square feet. Excuse me, house number 1 has 1,784 square feet. House number 2 has 1,648 square feet, okay? So we're looking at what is that, 100 square foot difference between the two? Could you find that? So thinking about house number 1, when we walked through that house and we did our walkthrough here, can you see that difference in 100 square feet? And do you find it noticeable? And if you do, comment below, because I want to know how sharp your eyes are. Where in the house did you notice it? 100 square feet is a sizable space, okay? It may not seem as such when houses are typically measured in, 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square feet, but it is a noticeable difference. So, they also both, of course, have an HOA. I did not say that they did, but they do both have an HOA. And of course, the HOA is the same because this is the same subdivision. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes that can be different, but in this particular case, their HOA fee is the same annually. So that is the same amongst the two houses. But I thought this would be interesting to ask you guys what you thought the difference is between the two homes, which one you thought was a higher price, even though home 1 is a larger home by 100 square feet more. So I want to know your thoughts. You guys put them down below, and I'll just give right now a few of my quick thoughts. So my thoughts, these two homes are very similarly laid out. The 3-2 with all the bedrooms being upstairs. House number 1 did have carpet. If you guys did notice that, that is something to think about as well. And this house had this wood plank flooring throughout. There was no carpet in this home. Of course, that makes a difference, right? Also, think about the things that you guys don't initially see when you're out looking at homes. So when you may be looking at homes on some of these sites like Zillow or Redfin, things you're not even thinking about reading or looking at, but you're comparing apples to apples. Now, of course, the kitchen that I'm standing in is nice. It's my opinion, is nicer than the house number 1. Although somebody may see that and say, well, yeah, it's nice, but I can buy a nice LG refrigerator or Samsung refrigerator and put in the other house, and I can take that fridge, either sell it or put it in the garage. Some people have that mindset, and they'll save the difference in these homes, which I haven't mentioned yet. Keeping things like that in mind. Well, I could change the carpet or these things that we think this house has that are superior to the house number 1. And also, going back to my statement earlier about things that you guys don't see when you're looking at homes. I always said this, I think I made a short about it a while ago. Think about your high expense things in a house. So think about your things like your HVAC units and your roofs. So yes, this house is more expensive than the house that's 100 square foot smaller, house number one that we looked at. And if you notice, they both had fairly new units. I want to say that house number two I'm standing in now has a brand new AC unit, and house number one also had a very young looking air conditioning unit, which is important because AC units can get costly, upwards of over $10,000 for a unit, right? So you definitely want to keep that in mind. Another thing that you did not see, or you wouldn't see initially, unless you really did a deep dive in reading the descriptions of the homes, this house that we're standing in now also has a brand new roof, and that can bring a big peace of mind, and that could also cut costs there, right? Because roof repairs can be expensive. A re-roof alone is a labor-intensive task, so it's expensive is what I'm getting at, which you guys, many of you know, some of you don't know, some of you gonna find out, unfortunately, so keep that in mind. So things like that, things that you do not see come into play. So just those are some of my thoughts. I have a few more, but we'll keep them at a minimum. So drum roll, what do you guys think the difference is between the two houses? Give you a second to drop your figure down below, okay? What do you think? 1,000, 5,000, 30,000, 10, 40. What you think? So, the difference between home number one and home that I'm standing in right now, home number two, is $20,000. So home number one is listed at $239,900, and home number two is listed at $259,900. So you're looking at a $20,000 difference. Now, my question to you, if you're in the market for a house like this, or if you're in the market for a house located in this part of Georgia, would you consider that $20,000 difference? Knowing what you know of what we just spoke of, new AC unit, a new roof, or would you go with the lower price home? Very similar layout, 100 more square feet, and $20,000 less. Of course, everything's negotiable in real estate, so what are your guys' thoughts? It's something to think about when you're comparing homes. Of course, everything's relative, so everybody's taste is different, but it is something to think about when you're shopping and you have homes this close. Maybe you're looking at another portion, another subdivision, another city, and you want to stay in a certain area. You're really trying to compare these homes. These are questions that you bring to your agent where they can really work out, okay, this house is priced this, this is what I came up with when I ran my analysis, and they can give you guys a more accurate, or I wouldn't say more accurate, but a pricing based on what the neighborhood is doing. Because for all we know, this could be pricing on what the seller said, this is what I want this house to sell for, or what the renovator said, hey, I gotta sell this house for this. So just think about it. This house that we're currently standing in does have nice touches. They have these nice knurled texturing on the cabinetry, which to me is a pretty nice touch. So without further ado, I kept y'all guys way long enough. Once again, it's been your favorite bearded agent. I thought you guys would enjoy this one. Just a little different, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.